about living spaces really quick. Everything in Holland is much smaller than it is here. A typical bedroom here, a typical like master size bedroom, would be like a living room there, and everything just gets smaller from there. So when you are preparing to come on your mission, make a habit of picking up your clothes and keeping your living space clean, because you and your companion are going to be sharing very small apartments. And I have been in an apartment with a messy companion, and the apartment was small enough that I just did not see the floor on his half of the room for that 3 months. It's small there, and if you leave crap out, then it gets messy and it will be a problem. So just please make a habit of cleanliness, and then everything will be fine. There's more than enough space to put everything away. You just have to pick it up and put it away. It's good not to carry too many books with you. Books are great. I'm all for books. I read like crazy. Bear in mind that a lot of the tables and study spaces that you have will not be very large, and bookends are not a common thing. Most of the bookcases in the apartment will be taken up with cross-lighting materials. So if you have, a collection of 20-something books, good luck finding a place for all those. Like, just, the lighter you pack and the cleaner you are, the easier it will be to move from place to place, and the fewer conflicts you'll get into with your companion. The showers there are a little underpowered compared to here. It's really not a big deal. You'll totally get used to it. They don't have air conditioning, so apartment fans are important. They do have heating, but it comes from these little metal radiator things. If you want to dry clothing out, put it on the radiator. Don't touch the radiator though, because you'll burn yourself. But it's handy, it works. It's worth bringing an extra blanket, in my opinion. There are blankets in the apartments, but if you can find a warm blanket that's not too big, that'll be nice if you're going to be in the wintertime. Sometimes you just get cold. Living there, outside of living quarters, you can buy things before you go over there. It's really not a big deal if you show up with like American winter gear. You'll stand out as American. They dress very European over there. But be prepared for it to be very humid and very windy, and in the winter for it to be very cold. The winters I was there, they were kind of warm winters, actually. They weren't that cold. And, well, comparatively, they were still very, very, very cold. But comparatively, they were warm winters for Holland. And sometimes it would get down to 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. Sometimes it would drop a little bit below freezing, and that was miserable. So bring a hat, make sure you're up for layering. Bring a warm coat. Make sure it's waterproof. If it's not waterproof, that's fine. You'll survive. You're not going to die. You're not going to catch hypothermia and die. But be prepared to layer or to get wet. It doesn't rain torrentially over there very often, but it is often very just misty, kind of light, drizzly rain. And if it's not doing that, fog isn't uncommon in certain cities. Depends on how close you are to the sea. And it'll just always be very humid. So just be prepared for that. No one has a problem with it, and missionaries leave coats and stuff behind all the time, but just be prepared. It's also worth noting, if you want to fit in, clothing can be expensive over there if you don't look for sales or whatever, and you don't have much time to just go shopping, only on preparation day, and sometimes not even then. but you'll look much more European. You'll fit in more if you buy clothing over there. It's not particularly better suited to their weather than American winter gear is. In fact, I tend to think American winter gear is a little bit warmer, a little bit more insulated, but it'll look much more European if you buy it over there. And it's not really a huge difference either way.